Oh, hi guys. I hope you're having a great Wednesday so far. Um, okay, I've got a little bit different setup just with my phone today um, in the small stand. Anyway, if anybody wants to help me get one of these stands for my iPad, they're only $9 or $8.95. But anyway, I did pay for the $9 mic, but I don't always use it. I will use it next time. I'll try to talk louder. Um, I just wanted to talk today about staying upbeat and positive and not letting what's going on around you bother you. Um, if you have to take a day off to get sad or get mad or whatever, or just a mental health day or just a comfort day, just do that. Don't get discouraged about money. And don't let people pressure you, because if you get upset about money and not making enough money, it'll only make it worse. It just compounds the situation, kind of like interest on a charge card or something. The main thing is to don't panic. Don't panic. Just get level-headed. Like with me being older, there's a lot of things I can do. I have a lot of different job skills. Lots. I've done almost every job, except I can't climb up ladders with heavy boxes. And I should have sort of vetted that last job interview before I went on it at the automotive place last Friday. But I'm still Celery Queen Jean, of course. I'll always be Celery Queen Jean, and I can sell Angela Shelton's products as an affiliate. I'm still working out, trying to learn how to get my feelers out on social media. It's Celery Queen Jean Tuitt Productions. I will be changing it probably to just Celery Queen Jean. And it is raining right now. I hate to change the camera. It's hard to see the rain from here. At the end, I may show it. It's raining really heavy right now. So it's a good day for me to make some phone calls to try to get my mojo back for strictly commission insurance. The whole thing. I've taken classes in acting for 20 years. I can be an acting coach, and I can show you how to be an actor. Most actors do not make a living at acting. In fact, it comes now to about 97% of all actors, the 1.7 actors worldwide, do not make their main living acting. Well, so what? So what? You can love it, and you will enjoy it, and you will love it. And I like it. And it's helped me in my journey through all my healing programs. My most recent one with Angela Shelton, healing from childhood trauma, CSA. But I've done a lot of other things. And when I went into counseling, on and off when younger, and as I got older, I finally felt comfortable kind of talking about what had really happened to me, because I was in denial about it. But ironically enough, I was told that probably the worst thing that was done was not the physical or abuse. It's the gaslighting and the emotional and mental abuse that someone inflicts upon a child. That is apparently the most dangerous thing an adult can do to a child. And physical, yes, that can be dangerous too, of course, for obvious reasons, and that can be, and the other is life-shattering too. But when you combine that with the mental and emotional abuse, that is actually damages the psyche more. And I learned that through counseling. And my second minor was psychology. And but anyway, and I can back to, more pleasant subjects. I can sell Aliabo. Now, I have not tried the Aliabo myself yet because it's a little pricey, but it's not too much. I mean, if you have a regular job, it's not going to be a lot. But it's really high grade. And when a friend of mine moved and gave me some different things, she gave me some better olive oil from Italy, and I'd been using that in lieu of like butter or margarine and such. And believe it or not, I have started to feel better. And of course, I still have to use, some of Angela's products, with which is her blessings and castor oil and all kinds of different herbs in it, frankincense and myrrh and all kinds of stuff in it for healing, comfrey and all this stuff. But and now with hers, I did get some products to try out to sell. So, and I have sold some of those. Now, of course, as Celery Queen Jean, I hope you would like to buy the ones that are the celery ones with the oil, or you get some celery ones with the oil. But any of the products I'm an affiliate for, I do have a link. It's under Celery Queen Jean Tuit. You can find me under Celery Jean Tuit Productions, Celery Queen Jean Tuit Productions on most all my social media. I may eventually be changing all of that to just Celery Queen Jean, but I'll still be at Celery Queen Jean Tuit, Jean2it, or Jean, my whole name spelled out, Jean Tuit, where the E is silent, Tuite, whatever. But you can find me, and you can always Google me and everything. And but yeah, when you are a creative person, other people are not going to always get it. They're thinking, why don't you just get a regular job? Well, I have had many regular jobs. I was an insurance agent for a long time. I had my own little agency. I always just stayed afloat, with it. And I'm kind of back into that a little bit again, trying to move back into that to get enough money. And it's, I can't just drive around. But at least with that now, you can do a lot over the phone and Zoom and everything. And a lot of people are doing a lot over the phone and Zoom. And maybe that's, I was thinking that would be something should bring up to the auto insurance people. People are not driving as much as they used to, really. Because, first of all, the gas prices are still so high. And a lot of people are working remote out of their home, or they don't have a job, and they're busy at home frantically trying to get job interviews. And a lot of the job interviews I've been on over the past 6 months or so have been Zoom meetings. And that one job I got offered, he was only, even though I've been in insurance on and off since 1991, the pay was only going to be $7.25 to start an hour until I got my commissions, but I'd have to split all my commissions with other people, and they were new to the insurance business, although it was with a prominent company, and it was really not reasonable. Now these other people, they were more for property casualty, and they wanted me to pay the $50 for my own background check, which is absurd. But anyway, but when you're an older worker, you're going to get insulted like that. I mean, it's just going to happen. You're not going to get, well, you can choose to be insulted, but you don't have to be insulted by it. It is what it is. We live in an age where older people are not necessarily respected for their wisdom or their knowledge. And just because I did most of my sales via fax machine or on the phone, making cold calls or going to see people in the past, and I'm still trying to learn. Now with Angela's products, we're learning a lot about links and being online, having a strong online presence, having it all match up, which is me. I get kind of wanting to do a lot of different things, and but having like a clear thing. So you can, if you Google Celery Queen Jean or Celery Queen Jean Tuit, either way, the 2IT or the TUIT, you can find me. Or even if you Google my name, you should be able to find me on everything. Now I do have bio site. The Facebook automatically comes up, but some of my other sites don't automatically show up yet on that because I changed all of it to Celery Queen Jean Tuit. Now that's part of my healing process, and I think that's a good thing because it's all goes into this thing about not having a man, and you know, I've had a love life, then I didn't have a love life, I've had different ones, and all the whole healing thing, and somehow associate my name because that's my maiden name, Jean Tuit, and I never took on the name of. I was married once in my 20s, so I didn't take on that name, but and I remember this one insurance man really wanted me to take on that last name, and that was after that was before my divorce or after, I can't remember. But, you know, he was like so mad that I didn't take on that name because he had known somebody with that same name that had really been like a top earner of insurance in the whole country. So, and that's another thing that people will try to do to you, especially if you are out of work or you're not as successful as their peer group or whatever. They will judge you. Like, for example, what started like even when I was a young kid, my dad didn't like he had some older sisters, and he didn't like one of them. And he always equated me to the one he didn't like, even when I was like 7 years old. I mean, you don't even have your personality, and any traits that I got, you pick up. Excuse me, that's my dog again. You pick that up from your parents, usually. Okay. So, you know, like if you talk too much, or if you're, you know, temperamental or whatever it is. So anyway. And then he would say, you need to be more like your mother. Well, my mother was very quiet, but I mean, that was her nature, I think, you know. So, but also it was a protection device. And it is, sometimes the smartest person in the room is the most quiet person in the room. And I have learned that the hard way too. And once in a while in life, I do run out of things to say. And sometimes I can learn more that way. Now, I'm going to cut this video short and go to part 2 because I'm not sure I did this the right way, where I'm supposed to be talking into the camera instead of reverse selfie. So let me switch it out and see what happens here. And you can see the rain out there maybe.